697. Fight of the night, McGregor-Diaz. Performance of the night, Diaz and Tate. So congratulations. This thing right now is breaking every record we've ever had. Pretty much biggest fight ever. Who got the first question? Nate is, will be here. Connor should be here any minute.
Question for Misha. Congratulations, Misha. Can you put into words what this means to you after what you've been through over the last couple of years, and especially after last summer when you had that great disappointment, and now to come back and win, how this feels for you?
I said that it felt like it was meant to be, and it does. Turns out I like gold. So I'm just excited to be here, man. And right off the bat, I just want to say thank you to Holly for stepping up when she could have waited. Like, in my mind, that woman is still a champion, will always be. Have a ton of my respect, and if I ever get the honor to step in there with her again, I would love to. So.
Maybe in your second title fight with Ronda, your emotions were difficult, and you seemed like you were able to control it tonight. You're going right down to the very edge of the fight. I don't know if you were behind, but you were behind at that point. You had to make something happen. There's about 2 minutes to go in the fight. How were you able to remain calm and kind of keep in the moment, because you really pushed it right up to the last minute?
Yeah, my cornermen are always honest with me, and I appreciate that. They never lied to me. They went in there and said, she won. She looks like she's won 3 of the 4 rounds. So I haven't been able to see it yet, but I take their advice strongly. And Brian came in there and basically told me, you've got to go guns blazing. Said, you risk it to get the biscuit, essentially. So I knew that if I had to risk getting knocked out at that point, that's what was going to happen. But either way, I was anticipating on that fight getting finished in the 5th round. So.
Can you talk a little bit about, just for a layperson who's never had to do this, when Holly throws you over, how you hold on to that choke, and sort of, like, when you sort of felt her start moving, do you kind of cinch it a little bit more, knowing that?
Well, it was under the chin before she threw it over, but I just knew that I had to hang on, and I expect that people are going to try to get out of it with everything that they have, and I wouldn't expect anything less from Holly. She's man. She's tough as nails. Like, she really pulled the most out of me. Like, she made me a better fighter tonight, and I'm always thankful for that. So, she was giving everything she had to get out of that, and I just had to hang on for dear life, essentially. So I did.
Congratulations. One question for Holly. Holly, can you describe the final sequence in your mind? Sort of, did you make a mistake, or was it a good play by Misha's part?
I think that I just have to. For me, anytime in loss, I have to be honest with myself, and I feel like I knew I was ahead on the scorecards, and honestly, maybe I felt like I was getting a little too complacent there, instead of being, still acting with that sense of urgency. And she got in. I should have been fighting the hands before doing that. I let her get it way too tight before I tried to just shuck her off. Just big mistake. Cost me everything tonight, but I'll be back.
And thank you. And Dana, one question for you, if I could. Obviously this scuttles your plans to a large way, having the people who lost. How do you now go ahead with UFC 200? Does Frankie Edgar get a title shot? Where do you go?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out. We weren't planning 200 till tonight played out anyway. So it's not like, listen, in 16 years in this business, the one thing you don't ever do is think you know what's going to happen, because you don't. That's why I always say the odds makers in this town are nuts. They are nuts.
And lastly, George was sitting here, and it didn't seem to be a coincidence that Connor's talking about he's fighting at 170, and all of a sudden George was in the house. Was there anything to that?
That was a coincidence. There was no plan to have. Other people were asking me tonight, was he going to call out George, or that was never a plan.
Well, I guess just to build on that, was there any discussion at all though with George? I mean, that's always the rumor, is whether he'll come back or not. Was there any movement?
It's still a rumor. I mean, George just wanted to come to the fights tonight. Have we been talking to George? Yes, we have. But who knows? I honestly, right here, right now, don't know if George still wants to fight. I don't know.
With this loss with Connor, is the primary responsibility for him right now is to go back to 145 and defend that title? I
mean, I think that's what makes sense. You know what I mean? I mean, tonight was one of those nights. This was a fight. This is what this thing was built to be. This is what it was, everything that we talked about, and it lived up to everything that it was supposed to be. You know, it was awesome. I mean, that fight was, I was saying to these guys earlier, so many celebrities tonight were interacting. When you deal with people who've seen it all, done it all, been everywhere, the big sporting events and everything, and everybody's standing around going, holy shit, what just happened? That's fun. You know what I mean? Tonight was a great night. The co-main and main event were amazing.
Because for Misha, please. Talk about your mentality. You talked about the 5th round, but I want to know the 3rd and the 4th round. I mean, things were so close. You almost finished it early on. It slips out of your hand, and then she's picking up rounds. Your offense is kind of slowing down a little bit. In your head, did you ever feel like this is slipping away from you a little bit?
I mean, I had to be honest with myself at that point too, and I looked to my cornermans a lot for guidance there, because I don't know for sure, but I felt like, you know, yeah, she was getting the better of me a little bit on the feet. I feel like I've improved a lot there to even be able to hang with someone of her caliber and, you know, do what I did there. So I am happy with that, but yeah, she was definitely, I feel like, edging me out. And I thought in the 5th round, you know, I just gotta give it everything I have. I gotta gut it out, and I've gotta finish this fight. So that's what I was looking to do.
And you talked about coming into this fight, how refreshing it was to not have to deal with the whole Ronda angle and all the emotion and all that. But it seems like this fight now sets up another fight with Ronda. So I'm sure you want to enjoy the moment. But I mean, does that feel like the right move for you in the next fight?
The right move feels like drinking a Budweiser and eating cupcakes. That's what the right move feels like. And then I will talk to my, KHI, my management team. We will discuss what's next. We will talk to UFC. You know, my job as a champion is to fight the next best person. So whoever that is, I will fight him.
Thanks, Misha. And just, your fight tonight was one that people were debating a lot. Obviously, they started talking about the main and co-main afterwards, but people were saying, you know, how did this fight play out? How did you have this thing scored? How did your corner score it? And did you feel like the decision and the scores were just?
I mean, I can say, to be honest and say, I didn't think it was going to be a 30-27 at all. In the corner, Mark Henry said the first round you could have lost, second round that was yours, but the third round you got to go out and seal the deal and get this split decision. When they said 30-27, I kind of got worried. I didn't know which way it would go. See, then he caught my kick and took me down. And I'll be honest and say, I don't think I dominated like I should have, but I definitely feel like I got the win.
Question for me, celebrating that moment. I mean, can you kind of describe, you know, what it was like, you know, feeling that versus maybe your first title win and everything you've gone through to get here? Because I know it was a lot.
It's really hard to put into words, but I did tell Brian that it will be a red boxer brief night.
And a question for Holly. You know, obviously, you know, you had such a big win over Ronda and obviously everything with that. But, you know, when you have a fight like this, I mean, is it just back to the drawing board? Is it, you know, can you reflect on this? I mean, obviously you've had to deal with the defeat before in your boxing career, but I mean, how are you processing it right now? Because I know it's never easy to go through a defeat.
It isn't easy, but it's a growing experience. I mean, there's always these odds on paper, I always say, but for me, it's always 50-50 when you get in there. There's a winner and a loser, and that's all there is to it. And tonight, I do feel like I was doing enough to win the fight. She had a great second round. I felt like, I mean, I had 1, 3, and 4, and even 5 until I slipped up there. And you know, it's a learning experience for me. I should have been fighting those hands right away, and you know, I should have just not gotten so complacent. I just feel like I didn't have, you know, I kind of let my guard down a little too soon, and it cost me the fight.
And a question for Connor. Right here, Connor. Obviously, I know it's a tough night. You know, you go in there obviously up 2 weight classes. Obviously, I know at the end of the day you did have respect for Nate Diaz. But kind of walk me through your emotions right now. I mean, obviously it's a big night. What are you feeling right now?
You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow. I took a shot, I went at it, and I feel I was simply inefficient with my energy. Usually I fight a man in the division I am champion in, and they crumble with those shots. But they took them very well. The weight, I think, allowed them to take those shots well. So I think with a little bit of an adjustment and a recognition that the bigger man, you must be a bit more efficient with your striking. You must not put everything into the shots. But I was simply inefficient with my energy. I made some errors. You know, hats off to Nate, he fought very well. He stayed in there. A lot of people crumbled under the shots. His range was a factor. My left arm was falling short sometimes. The wheel kicks didn't really. My wheel kicks weren't. I showed him and missed them once or twice. Maybe hit a glove. I think they done more to my energy than they did to his energy. And it was simply a battle of energy in there. And he got the better of that. So this is the game. We win some, we lose some. I will never shy away from a challenge. I will never shy away from defeat or, you know, this is part of the game. So I'm happy to come out there, continue and stay in this fight. I had many chances to not do this and sit and wait, but I went in. I took the fight and did pay off. This is fight business. It's another day. I'll come back.
Honestly, you didn't answer this question, Connor, because obviously you fought at lightweight before.
But
you were
does
lightweight
this,
champion.
what direction does this?
But does this, what's next? I mean, is it a featherweight title defense? Have you, I mean, I know it's even hard to process this on the night, but where is your mind at with that?
I don't know. I know there's a lot of people celebrating this in the featherweight division. There are many people celebrating another man's victory. It's something that I cannot understand how somebody not involved can celebrate another man's victory. At the end of the day, I am the featherweight world champion. I feel it is right to go back down and remind them of what I achieved and what I done to that division. But I am not forgetting about the 155-pound division. I am not simply forgetting about the 170-pound division. I actually enjoyed the fact that I enjoyed the fact that a person could take the shots and keep coming. He kept his composure. He went into almost autopilot mode with the shots. His face was bust up and I went into panic mode. There was just a shift of energy and he capitalized on it. I think with a bit of adjustment and a recognition that the heavier man can take, it must take more than one, more than two, more than three to put the heavier man away. I think if I go in with that mindset at a heavier weight, I will do fine again. But I think next is probably go back down and defend my featherweight crown.
Thank you, Connor.
I mean, everybody keeps, before this fight, a lot of people, why are you taking this fight? You should wait for the rematch. What? You know what? I'm in it to fight. That's what I'm in it for. And tonight I made some mistakes. And that's all it comes down to. I need to fix those mistakes, and I'm going to come back stronger. You know, Misha capitalized. And I've said this from the beginning, she's a scrapper, you know. She can be behind in a fight, and she can still finish, and I let my guard down. And it cost me the fight. It cost me the fight. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get back in the gym and get better. You know, this is a whole different fight I had, and I do feel like my whole MMA career has been on this kind of fast course, which I love. I want the challenge, and I wanted to take this challenge, and I want to get it back in there. I want a rematch, or whoever they'll set up a fight with. I want that. I'm here to fight.
Thank you so much. And Connor, was there anything to this fight with 170?
I'm not cut. I'm simply heartbroken, and that's it. I'll pick myself up and we'll figure it out in the morning.
Thanks, Connor. And just quickly, if I could, for Amanda, I know you were wanting to make a statement and really earn yourself a title shot. Big win for you, but a difficult third round. So to think about maybe, you know, a 5-round fight in your near future, do you feel you did enough, or do you feel like it's going to take
Yeah, I feel a little bit the third round, but I finished, you know. I finished strong, and my next step. I have to fight for the belt, you know. I think I deserve. I think hard. I have to fight Ronda Rousey, and I'm the next. I want to fight Misha, you know. I think I'm around for a long time, you know. I think now is the best time, you know. What do you think, Misha?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here as a champ. I gotta fight whoever they put in there. So I didn't get to catch all of your fight, but what I saw, you looked amazing. And, you know, if that's what they deem is next, then my job is to fight.
Then we're gonna wait, you know, see. I hope he doesn't wait to give to me this opportunity.
Thank you. And since Nate is here, if I could just do one quickly for Nate, congratulations, obviously a huge win for you tonight. It was a tough battle for you early on. He was having some success. You said you thought you were going to have a slow start, but was there any point at all during that stretch where you said, this is not going to be my night?
Oh, I felt like obviously I was gonna have a slow start. I didn't have a camp, so I knew start slow, warm up, pick up as I go, and you know, I didn't have no sparring, so I think I fucking should have dodged that punch a little better, but I had a slow start, so I knew I didn't win. It reminded me when I fought Kurt Pellegrino, my corner jumped in and they were like yelling, and I was like, hold up, I'm warmed up now, so. I figured it would probably go something like that with a little less damage.
Connor, you said in an interview last year, just down here at the back maybe, you said in an interview last year that your previous defeat to this in 2010, tapping out, ate you alive. Do you think doing that again is going to similarly kind of hurt for a long, long time?
You're damn right. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we can either run from adversity or we can face our adversity head on and conquer it, and that's what I plan to do. It wasn't ideal. I got caught. It is what it is. I'll face it. I'll take it on the chin, and I'll carry on. I'll learn from it, and that's it.
Thanks. And just quickly to Nate. Nate, where do you go from here? What would you like to do next?
I'm at the top, so it's their call what's next. We'll see what happens.
Thanks.
Just an update for you guys. New attendance number 14,898 is the final number. 14,898. Brett, go ahead.
Question for Nate. If I'm remembering the evening correctly, your first words after the win were basically, I'm not surprised, mother effers. And was that kind of a message to everyone else that maybe they doubted you a little bit in this one, that this was not surprising to you, you're not looking at it as an upset?
No, I knew I was the superior boxer, the superior martial artist, superior jiu-jitsu. Came from, like I said from the beginning, I had the best training partners in the world in every aspect, in boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and MMA. So nothing surprised me, except for that I got hit at all. I think with a full camp I would have been flawless, but it's whatever. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He got a lot of push. He's been doing great, and he's got a lot of help behind him. And yeah, I just wish I had the same push, the same help. I've been in this a long time. I've been 9 years. I was like my 25th fight here in the UFC, and I've been in the last few years curious when this is going to pay off, and I think it's time. Now it's time.
And one more question for you, Nate. You have been around the sport for a long time. You fought at 155, you fought at 170. Connor likes to talk a lot. He did at 145 about the power that he has in that left hand. What did you think about the left hand? Like you said, you didn't get a sparring camp, so you did take some left hands tonight. How would you compare it to some of the power that you faced against other guys in the ring?
I sparred full camp. I've been sparring with top 10 boxers for forever. Otis Griffin, Omar Henry. I did full camp with Andre Ward a couple fights back when he fought Chad Dawson. And just going in there, you know, I've been hit with everything, the hardest stuff by 168-pound fighters. I spar with heavyweight fighters, and I've been hit with everything. So he punches hard. He's a hard-hitting little guy, but nothing I never felt before. So and I expected it. I expected if I get hit by anybody, it's probably going to be hard, you know. But if you ain't taking me out, you're going to get taken out straight up.
And then a question for Connor. You know, we don't know what officially is next for you yet, but you mentioned 145. Do you feel like your hand is kind of forced that you have to go back to 145, otherwise might have to give up the belt? Is that sort of why that has to be next, or is that something you want to do? Do you want to go back to 145?
I weighed in 168 pounds. I didn't make anything. I simply ate regularly. So it's 145 isn't. It's a cut. It's intense, but I make it, and I make it every time. So I think 145 will be next. I'll defend my my belt. I believe maybe Nate will fight Dos Anjos now. I think after I defend my belt and climb myself back up, I think I will get my shot at that lightweight belt once again. So maybe me and Nate can do it again.
In your opinion, who should that?
No, I'm not sure. It's hard to kind of not give Aldo another go. He's 10 years he was 10 years undefeated, but again, he pulls out a lot. He doesn't show up a lot. Frankie at least gets in there and competes for us. So I don't know. I'll keep my ear to the ground and see who the fans want to see the most. What are the fans most interested in? Who do they want to see me defend the belt against? But then I'll sit and I'll wait patiently for the lightweight belt to be contested, and I'll make my way back up. You know, I respect Nate. He fought very well with his energy. I felt I was winning. I won round 1. I was winning round 2. I felt towards the end he caught me with some shots. He stayed in it. He was very efficient with his energy. But I feel with some adjustments, I will climb back up and make my case for that second belt once again.
Nice. So one last.
I don't know, I was slipping that jab and banging the left hand a few times. It worked for me. Even when he added the left hand behind it, I came back in and my left hand was a hook and his left hand was a straight. And I was connecting with him and his one was whizzing past the head. But in the second, I pulled and came into my left hand and he just popped a little left straight in there. And it caught me off balance, and but I feel it was simply he was efficient with his energy and I was inefficient, and that's it. I shot, he wrapped up the neck. I looked to pass guard, but he had that high elbow guillotine, so I was forced to roll to my back. And then, similar to the Mendez one, where I rolled and came back to my knees, I just hadn't got it in me. I ended up on bomb. He passed him out really quick, really smoothly, landed some shots, got me to turn. When I turned, he flattened me pretty quick as well. And then some. There's many lessons to be learned from the fight, but I'm happy with it. I'll learn, I'll grow, and I'll come back.
I have one more for you and then one quick one for Nate. You referenced before, you didn't understand people celebrating another man's victory. I assume you were referencing what Jose Aldo tweeted. Did you see that? And if you did, can you comment on how you took that?
I just think he had an opportunity to show up here, and he didn't. He could be sitting there he could be sitting where Nate's sitting right now. He was the first choice. He said anytime, any place, anywhere. And then it wasn't anytime, any place, anywhere. Now another man gets a victory over me and he celebrates it. That's the sign of a loser. That's the sign of somebody, that's the sign of a runner-up, That's not the sign of a champion, so I am.
And then Nate, Dana said before he left that it was trending to be the biggest pay-per-view, maybe bigger than UFC 100, the biggest ever. You have talked a lot about, Conor got the hype, but you also brought the crowd out. Do you feel like the fact if it does turn out to be the biggest pay-per-view ever that, you played a big role even in just a short period of promotion?
Yeah, because my fights are always pulling big numbers, They always stick me on Fox. For some reason, they were pushing me on those Fox cards. I was bringing more numbers than anybody, but nobody paid attention. I got a big following between me and my brother. They come in hard, and no one ever had a bigger following than me ever, So I feel like I brought in a lot, and it made the fight a lot more entertaining, a lot more interesting than the Dos Anjos fight, because whatever, But and as far as energy and stuff, I felt like I was a superior boxer. I felt like I was better on the stand-up, and then that's why he went for the takedown, and the weight had nothing to do with anything. I had to lose some weight. If I had a fight at 155, I feel like I could have performed better because I would have been on point. I would have had the sparring. I would have had a good weight cut like I did my last fight, and I had to come into this fight straight fat boy off the beach in Cabo. But it's all good. I feel like I want to come up with superior martial artists.
Last one, go ahead.
This question is for Holly. Holly, I know you said you want to fight tomorrow because I'm sure you feel disappointed and everything, but are you going to take this time, this opportunity to take any time off, or do you want to?
I'll be training right away and I'll take the fight as soon as they'll give anything to me. It's whatever opportunity they'll give me right now. We'll see where they want to go with this. I do want a rematch. Who doesn't? Anybody that's competitive. If you're at this point in a career, making this your career, it's because you have passion for it. It's because you have pride. It's because you have that want for victory, and that is what I want. The biggest thing that hurts right now is my heart, and just got to get back in and work hard. And I do want the rematch, but who's to say they'll give it to me right away? If I have to fight somebody else to get there, if I have to fight my way back, that's okay too, because I'm okay, and I know that I can put in the hard work to do it, and I'm willing to do that. I think the rematch. Yeah. I do have a vacation I have planned, but that's only for 5 days. I'm going to be training in the gym before I even go do that, and I'm ready to go as soon as they're ready to give me a fight.
And also, Holly, as far as the fight goes.
Raza bonita, y seguimos con el único y original Festival de Mariscos. ¡Ay, déjeme decirle! Estas ofertas son por toda la cuaresma.
Camarón grande, 26.30 del Pacífico de México, $5.99 la libra. Queso fresco ranchero, $2.99 cada una. Agua Nestlé, paquete de 24, 3 por $8.
¡Ay, no se preocupe! Estas ofertas son por toda la cuaresma.
Vamos a la bonita.
Ven y disfruta del auténtico sabor mexicano. El Chamizal te ofrece gran variedad de platillos con un sabor inigualable. El exquisito molcajete Pancho Villa, el caldo Siete Mares, el riquísimo agua chile, el super cóctel de camarones y la exótica cecina de venado y una gran variedad de mariscos.
Es temporada de taxes y muchas veces no sabemos a dónde acudir. Luis tuvo una mala experiencia en el 2011. Por tratar de ganar el sorteo de una camioneta, no recibió su reembolso, pero sí una auditoría. Y en el 2012 le prometieron $10.000 que nunca recibió y lo estafaron cobrándole $500 por su preparación. Miles de contribuyentes son víctimas de fraude cada año. TaxMax te da más. Te ofrecemos tu estimado gratis. Visítanos o llámame al 943-8886.
San Pedro Store, ahora más grande que nunca. San Pedro Store, ofreciendo gran variedad en productos naturales como rábano yodado, Vital Fuerte, Bedoyecta, Vitacilina, Neurobión, Sucrol, Cicloferón, crema, champú Crece, champú de Chile, champú para los piojos. San Pedro Store con 5 localidades. Estamos al norte de la Ranch, esquina con Washington, a un lado del Chamizal. Para más información llama al 638-2666. Es San Pedro Store. ¡Ahora, tío!